A very good morning, viewers. Welcome to Republic TV. I'm Priyanka Das. And welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from around the country and across the world to set the tone for your day. Tracking latest news on the Kolkata rape and horror case, Supreme Court has directed the CBI and West Bengal government to submit detailed status reports on August 22nd. So stay tuned as Republic TV brings you the ground realities of developments. But that's not all. We'll also be bringing you updates from the realms of business, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed lineup for this morning. So let's get started today's mega news day here on Republic. As always, nation first, this quick morning. The Supreme Court has directed the CBI and West Bengal government to submit detailed status reports on August 22nd regarding the Kolkata rape and murder case. The court is seeking updates from the CBI on the investigation and a report from the state government on the vandalism at RFK Medical College and Hospital. The case has attracted significant attention, prompting the court to take suo motu cognizance. A three-judge bench led by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud will review the investigation's progress and issue directives. In response to recent violence and lawlessness in West Bengal, including the RFK Hospital incident, the BJP will hold a Gherao Karyakram Swasthya Bhavan. The protest will begin in the afternoon across Kolkata, marching to Swasthya Bhavan. In response to Supreme Court order, senior CISF officers, including the centre-appointed nodal officer, have begun overseeing security at the RFK Medical Hospital in Kolkata. They held a crucial meeting with West Bengal's Health Secretary N. Nigam to address the ongoing concerns. The CISF will start full operations at the hospital from tomorrow. In an effort to restore normalcy, nearly all student demands have been met. This includes the removal of the current MSVP and appointment of a new MSPV. Additionally, a new head of chest medicine will be appointed. The measures aim to address the issues raised by students and ensure a stable environment at the hospital. The steps taken reflect a commitment to resolving the situation and restoring order. The investigation into the Kolkata rape and murder case has brought new allegations against Dr. Sandeep Ghosh. The recently resigned principal of RFK Medical College, Akhtar Ali, a former deputy superintendent, has accused Dr. Ghosh of illegal activities such as selling unclaimed bodies, providing alcohol to students, and accepting bribes to manipulate the exam results. The CBI has examined Dr. Ghosh's official vehicle as part of their probe. In response to rising protests and escalating situation, the Ministry of Home Affairs has requested deployment of CISF personnel in West Bengal. Additionally, the West Bengal Health Department has cancelled Dr. Ghosh's appointment as the principal of National Medical College and Hospital and removed Surita Paul from her role as principal at the RFK Medical College and Hospital. Manas Kumar Bandyopadhyay has been appointed as the new principal of RFK Medical College and Hospital. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the Indian diaspora in Warsaw, emphasizing the need for empathy. He noted that India is often the first to offer assistance in times of global crisis, citing its humanitarian response during the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Modi further highlighted India's commitment to peace rooted in Buddha's teachings and stressed that the current global climate calls for unity rather than conflict. He also reaffirmed India's focus on diplomacy and dialogue, advocating for collective action to tackle global challenges.
भारतीयों की एक पहचान एम्पैथी भी है। दुनिया के किसी देश में संकट आए, भारत पहला देश होता है जो मदद के लिए हाथ बढ़ाता है। कोविड आया, 100 साल की सबसे बड़ी आपदा आई, तो भारत ने कहा ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट। हमने दुनिया के 150 से ज्यादा देशों को दवाइयां और वैक्सीन भेजी। दुनिया में कहीं भी भूकंप आता है, कोई प्राकृतिक आपदा आती है, भारत का एक ही मंत्र है, ह्यूमैनिटी।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit Ukraine, marking the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister since Ukraine's independence in 1991. Modi will travel to Kyiv from Warsaw on a Rail Force One train, which will take about 10 hours each way. This visit follows Modi's recent trip to Moscow, which faced criticism from the US and some Western allies. India has not condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine, instead advocating for a resolution through dialogue and diplomacy. Before his visit to Poland and Ukraine, Modi expressed eagerness to discuss a peaceful resolution to the Ukraine conflict with President Volodymyr Zelensky. A deadly explosion in Essentia pharmaceutical plant in Andhra Pradesh's Achatapuram Special Economic Zone resulted in over 18 deaths and 41 injuries. The blast, which occurred during lunchtime at around 2:15 p.m., was initially feared to be a reactor explosion but is now suspected to be related to an electrical fire. The injured have been taken to NTR Hospital and 6 fire engines along with the National Disaster Response Force were dispatched to control the situation. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu will visit the site tomorrow and has ordered an inquiry into the incident. The Essentia plant, which produces intermediate chemicals and active pharmaceutical ingredients, began operations in April 2019 and is located on a 40-acre campus. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar have been summoned to Delhi amid the controversy surrounding the alleged Muda scam. The scandal involves accusations that Siddaramaiah's wife, Parvati, received high-value land as compensation from the Muda in an alleged misuse of land allotment scheme. The Karnataka Governor, Thawarchand Gehlot, has also sanctioned Siddaramaiah's prosecution, prompting him to seek judicial intervention. The Karnataka High Court has temporarily deferred proceedings against Siddaramaiah, who challenges the legality of the sanction. The controversy has intensified political tensions, with the BJP calling for Siddaramaiah's resignation, while Congress criticizes the governor's actions. The Assam Cabinet has approved the Muslim Marriage Registration Bill 2024, which shifts the responsibility of registering Muslim marriages from the Qazis to the government. The new bill also makes the registration of child marriages illegal. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma announced that a new law will be introduced to criminalize love jihad with life imprisonment for those found guilty. Additionally, the state government plans to introduce legislation to prevent the transfer of land between the different religions. Sharma also emphasized that these measures during election campaigns, highlighting the government's commitment to these reforms.
हमारे जो मुस्लिम विवाह होते थे उनको काजी रजिस्टर करते थे। आज से ये सरकार में रजिस्टर होगा। पहले प्रावधान था कि माइनर का भी मैरिज भी रजिस्टर हो सकता है। आज से माइनर का शादी रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं होगा।
Former Jharkhand Chief Minister Champai Soren has announced plans to launch a new political party, marking a significant change in the state's political scene. Soren emphasized his commitment to political activity, stating Soren indicated that he has no plans to retire and intends to establish a new organization. He mentioned that he is open to partnering with capable individuals to enhance service to the public. He assured that he is ready to establish the new party with the support of many workers and promised to provide further details within a week. Soren has also highlighted that the people's support has motivated him and reiterated that he will not align with any existing party while addressing Jharkhand's issues in the future. Viewers, tracking the top business stories for the day, we bring you the latest updates on the economic landscape. From Hong Kong Exchange reports showing a surge in profit, growth and many more stories. Stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world today. Hong Kong Exchanges and Clearing has reported its first profit growth in 3 quarters, marking a turnaround with record revenue and income for the April-June period. The profit rose by 9% to $405 million with a 7% increase in revenue. This growth is attributed to a surge in trading and clearing fees across cash, derivatives and commodities markets. The positive performance comes after a challenging period for the Hong Kong Exchange, which faced obstacles including Beijing's regulatory clampdowns, rising US-China tensions and a slow growth in the Chinese economy. These factors had previously led to a 15% drop in Hong Kong Exchange's stock price year to date. After the latest results, Hong Kong Exchange shares fell 1.9% in Wednesday's afternoon session as investors weighed the strong second quarter performance against a weak first quarter. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has set a goal for the future of India and Africa trade, proposing that the two regions aim to achieve $200 billion in trade over the next 7 years. Speaking at the India-Africa Business Conclave, Goyal emphasized that reaching this target is feasible if both sides focus on key sectors such as agriculture, pharmaceuticals, mining, and many more. He noted that while current trade between India and Africa stand at about $100 billion, there is significant potential for growth. Goyal highlighted that only a few African countries currently engage in substantial trade with India, and 33 nations have yet to utilize India's duty-free tariff preference scheme. He encouraged these nations to participate in the scheme to help double the trade volume. The Central Bank of India has successfully bid to acquire a stake in the insurance businesses of Future Enterprises Limited. The state-owned bank was chosen by the Committee of Creditors to take over Future Generali India Life Insurance Company Limited and Future Generali India Insurance Company Limited. The formal notice confirming the central bank's winning bid was received on August 20, 2024. Future Enterprises currently holds a 25% stake in Future Generali India Insurance and a 33% stake in Future Generali Life Insurance. The acquisition follows the insolvency petition filed by the Bank of India against FEL in July 2022 due to defaults by the Kishore Biani-led group's flagship company. Switzerland, with the help of other leading European financial hubs, introduces rapid transfers. This comes as a benefit to Swiss businesses and consumers. This will help them to make instant payments within 10 seconds. This service has been available in Europe since 2017 and in the US since last year. The European Central Bank reports a significant rise in the use of instant payments in Europe, with their share increasing from 5.2% in October 2019 to 17.8% by February 2024. The Swiss National Bank reported that around 60 financial institutions are equipped to handle the instant payments, covering over 95% of the Swiss retail transactions. Moving on to our international segment, where we are tracking the global stories from the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today we delve into the significant developments from around the world. From Tim Walz preparing for the third day of DNC to the arrest of at least 55 protesters following the violent clash with police during the convention. Stay tuned as we unravel the latest updates shaping the global landscape. Vice President nominee Tim Walz and former President Bill Clinton are set for the Democratic National Convention. The third day of convention spotlights Kamala Harris's new running mate Tim Walz and his appeal to voters. Walz has been making headlines for his performance and attack on former President Donald Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance. As Walz prepares for his high-profile appearance, the campaign is working to introduce him to a national audience as a credible and relatable figure. At least 55 protesters were arrested following the violent clash with police during the Democratic National Convention. The unrest occurred outside the Israeli consulate. The arrest came as Democratic delegates gathered approximately 2 miles away at the United Center for another night of convention speeches. The demonstrations, organized under the slogan "Make It Great Like '68", drew parallels to the anti-Vietnam War protests that marked the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago. Snelling condemned the comparison, emphasizing that it's 2024 and criticized the protesters' tactics.
We had a group that showed up, and they showed up with the intent on committing acts of violence, vandalism. That was their intent. As the Chicago Police Department, we did everything that we could to de-escalate that situation. But there's only so much de-escalation that you can attempt before it becomes excessive repetition.
J.D. Vance, the Republican vice presidential candidate, launched a scathing attack on Kamala Harris and Tim Walz during a speech on national security in North Carolina. During the address, Vance criticized Harris for her handling of the border security and foreign policy issues, including the withdrawal from Afghanistan. The event, which marks the first outdoor rally for Donald Trump since surviving an assassination attempt last month, featured heightened security with bulletproof glass storage containers and snipers positioned on rooftops.
Now, we're here to talk about national security today, and saving the American dream, let's be honest, it starts with peace. Peace in our neighborhoods, peace in our cities, and peace at the southern border. Lord willing, we bring back the leadership of Donald J. Trump, we're going to have peace all over the entire world. He did it once before, and I think he's going to do it again. And there's been no greater area where Kamala Harris has failed to deliver peace and national security than at the American southern border. It is a disgrace, my friends. I cannot believe how bad it is.
In his first outdoor rally since surviving an attempted assassination last month, Donald Trump criticized Vice President Kamala Harris's approach to national security. Trump has condemned the Biden administration for its handling of the Afghanistan withdrawal and ongoing global conflicts, including the Russia-Ukraine war and the Israel-Hamas conflict. The rally was heavily secured with bulletproof glass and snipers positioned on roofs, reflecting the heightened safety measures following the July 13th attack in Pennsylvania.
Peace in Europe has been shattered by the largest European land war since the fall of Nazi Germany. This is the largest war there's been, and this war is going to escalate and escalate. When, if, but when. I have to always say if, because they cheat. I would say when if they didn't cheat, but they cheat. That's the one thing. They're great at cheating in elections. If we win, I'll get that thing settled before I take the office. I'll get it settled as president-elect. I'll get that war stopped.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reported that the combat operations in the Kursk region are ongoing. Ukrainian forces launched a rapid offensive on August 6, capturing villages, taking hundreds of prisoners, and prompting the evacuation of tens of thousands of civilians. Zelensky also highlighted discussions with the international partners regarding the utilization of the promised $50 billion from frozen Russian assets. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited an Air Force base in northern Israel, declaring the nation's readiness for any scenario, both defensive and offensive. He praised the ground crew, pilots, and commandeers for their ongoing efforts and pledged continued resilience if needed. The visit comes as ceasefire negotiations between Israel and Hamas face new challenges. A bridging proposal aimed at resolving gaps in the talks has been met with skepticism from Egypt, a key mediator. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's recent visit had hoped to advance peace efforts, but the ongoing war in Gaza, now in its 10th month, has led to extensive destruction and displacement for the territory's 2.3 million residents. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. appeared in a New York courtroom, challenging a judge's recent decision that rejected his nominating petitions due to concerns about his listed residence. The judge had ruled that Kennedy's declared New York address was a sham, with opponents arguing that his true residence is his home in Los Angeles. Kennedy is also facing legal challenges in Pennsylvania, where Democratic activists are seeking to bar him from the presidential ballot. The United Nations has issued a warning about widespread displacement in Myanmar due to escalating clashes between the military government and forces, and opposition rebels as well. An estimated 20,000 people were displaced from 3 areas in downtown Maungdaw. The situation has continued to worsen, with additional reports of people fleeing across the border. The UN's alert highlights the severe humanitarian impact of the ongoing conflict, as large numbers of civilians are forced to abandon their homes and seek safety. The intensification of violence has exacerbated the displacement crisis, prompting urgent calls for international assistance and intervention to address the growing needs of affected populations. Search operations
in northern Shan, Mandalay region and Rakhine state is driving displacement of human beings. Reports we are receiving shows intensifying hostilities in Rakhine have caused casualties and new displacement, notably in Maungdaw township on the border with Bangladesh. On August 5th, an estimated 20,000 people were reportedly displaced from 3 downtown.
Search operations for a super yacht that sank off the coast of Sicily concluded after the bodies of the 5 passengers was recovered. The search will continue for one remaining missing individual as investigators question the rapid sinking of the vessel compared to the nearby unaffected boats. Rescue crews brought 3 body bags to the main port in Sicily. Salvatore Cucina, the head of Sicily's Civil Protection Agency, confirmed that 2 additional bodies were found in the wreckage. 15 people aboard the yacht were able to escape in a lifeboat and were rescued by a nearby sailboat. Alright viewers, it's time to dive into the world of sports with our segment dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting matchups. Tracking news from Germany, where footballer Manuel Neuer has announced his retirement from international football. Keep listening to all the buzz right here on our sports segment. German footballer Manuel Neuer has announced his retirement from international football after a 15-year career. During this time period, he made 124 appearances for Germany. Neuer achieved one of the highest honors in football by winning the World Cup in 2014. His final match for the national team was a 2-1 extra-time loss to Spain in the quarterfinals of the Euro 2024. Neuer's retirement opens the door for Barcelona's Marc-Andre ter Stegen, potentially stepping as the new first-choice goalkeeper. Ilkay Gundogan is poised for a return to Manchester City, with reports indicating that the midfielder is eager to leave Barcelona before the end of the transfer window. Gundogan, who has captained City to a historical treble, including the Champions League, is looking to rejoin his former club. His last act at the City was lifting the Champions League trophy, capping off a remarkable final season at the Etihad Stadium. Currently, Gundogan is contracted with Barcelona until 2026. His contract was extended by an additional year after meeting the appearance requirements from his initial 2-year deal. China's Paralympic delegation has departed for Paris ahead of the 2024 Paralympic Games. The group, consisting of 516 members, includes 284 athletes who will represent China in a wide array of events. The Chinese athletes are set to compete in 19 different sports across 302 events. The sports include archery, athletics, badminton, canoeing, cycling, football, judo, weightlifting, rowing, shooting, swimming, table tennis, and more. The Paralympic Games, scheduled to be held in Paris, will showcase the remarkable skills and determination of the athletes from around the world, with China's delegation ready to make a strong impact. Hong Kong's athletes from the Paris Olympics received a hero's welcome on Wednesday with a festive open-top bus parade and a reception hosted by Chief Executive John Lee. The celebrations, which took place despite some light rain, saw many residents turn out to show their support and admiration. Among the celebrated athletes were fencing gold medalist Vivian Kong and swimming bronze medalist Shoban Honi. Hong Kong's delegation made a notable impact at the Paris Games, securing 4 medals in total. This includes 2 gold medals in fencing, earned by Vivian Kong and Edgar Chong, the defending Tokyo men's foil champion, as well as 2 bronze medals in swimming by Shoban Honi. The 1996 Formula One World Champion Damon Hill opened up about the current season's developments and the broader landscape of Formula One. Hill acknowledged that while it is a significant challenge to catch Max Verstappen, the Belgian Dutch motorsports racing driver, this season, the unpredictable nature of Formula One means that nothing is set in stone. Although Lando Norris, the British-Belgian motorsports racing driver from McLaren, has emerged as a potential challenger, Hill emphasized that overcoming the points deficit to Verstappen remains a daunting task.
I think it's probably it's a tall order to be able to catch Max this season, but it's not impossible. And the thing about this sport is that something will happen between now and the end of the season. There will be some curious, extraordinary event which will take place, and that's...
Tracking the buzz, it's time to delve into the world of entertainment. Pushpa starrer Allu Arjun and director Sukumar have addressed rumors about a delay in their much-anticipated film Pushpa 2, The Route. At a recent pre-release event, they reassured fans that the film will indeed hit theatres on December 6th, despite earlier delays from August 15th. The duo, who thrilled audiences with their evident camaraderie, also dismissed speculations of a rift. Allu Arjun further expressed excitement about the film, promising it would be offering a spectacular experience, while Sukumar echoed his lead actor's sentiments. MTV's iconic reality competition series, The Challenge, celebrates its 40th season with Battle of the Eras. The season brings together 40 legendary competitors from the show's 26-year history, each representing a different challenge era. Since its debut in 1998, the challenge has evolved from its origins with road rules and real world to include contestants from other popular shows like Survivor, Big Brother, and Love Island. Known for its intense physical and strategic mini competitions, the show features contestants competing for a share of a $1 million prize. The season promises high drama and fierce rivalries as players vie for victory in a luxurious exotic setting. The red carpet was abuzz in London for the premiere of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 2. The fantasy series, inspired by J.R.R. Tolkien's Appendices, delves into the key events set thousands of years before the original novel, including the forging of the Rings of Power, the rise of Sauron, and the fall of Númenor. Morfydd Clark returns as Galadriel, grappling with the aftermath of Sauron's deceit from Season 1. The star-studded cast included Charlie Vickers, Charles Edwards, Maxim Baldry, and Ishmael Cruz Cordova. The 8-episode season will be available for streaming on Prime Video starting August 29. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's child Shiloh has officially dropped the Pitt from her name. A Los Angeles court granted her request to change her name from Shiloh Noel Jolie-Pitt to Shiloh Noel Jolie. The petition was filed on May 27, coinciding with her 18th birthday. Shiloh is the first of their children legally to remove Pitt from her name, although other siblings like Vivian have informally done so. Angelina Jolie, known for her role in Maleficent, also changed her own surname in 2022 to distance herself from her father, John Voight. Jolie and Pitt, once a high-profile Hollywood couple, married in 2014 after a decade together. They separated in 2016, and while they were declared legally single in 2019, their divorce proceedings remain unresolved. Recent disputes between the actors have extended to their business ventures, including a French winery. And that's a wrap for today's segment of Quick Morning. Don't go anywhere, viewers, as we'll be right back tracking the top headlines and biggest stories from across the globe, only on Republic TV.